Okay, we made it. We're going to be finishing out our look at the ThreeZero MDLX Vintage Animation Edition version of their Transformer lines. And we're going to be finishing with the little Autobot that could, and that's going to be Bumblebee. I think he's the smallest one in the line. I'm not 100% sure, but you can see with the Optimus and the Megatron, they're a lot taller, but they always are. So I think they kind of try to keep these in scale with each other, so this one's a little bit smaller. Again, it has the same style packaging with that nice vintage grid throwback style to it. It's not one for one of the original packaging, obviously. It still has that MDLX spin on. The design aesthetic's a little bit different. It's not 100% looking like the old school Bumblebee, but he does have those colors. He has that very bright yellow. He has those contours and those contrasts with the blue windshields and the black offsets, and he has his little blaster. Now again, this is just a redone version of the existing MDLX Bumblebee. He's just going to be in his vintage animation colors. So he's going to look a lot like that G1 Bumblebee from the original cartoon. So not much else going on there. You can see the box is significantly smaller than the Megatron and the Optimus. In our Megatron video, we had all the boxes, so you can check them all out together. So without further ado, we're just going to hop right in and check this little guy out. Well, this box is a lot smaller, so I'm going to bring you in even closer here. Nothing special in the back of the box. Again, we have the instructions and the warranty information per usual. And here is our Bumblebee. You can see he has his weapon. He's going to have a couple of different hands and an alternate head. We're going to check all that out right now. We're just going to pop him open. He's got this nice form-fitting plastic to keep him in place so he does not shift while he's shipping. And he has his standard little rifle there. And the figure, of course, is going to be wrapped in additional plastic. We showed you this with the Optimus. They kind of do this so it doesn't get scratched because it's a nice mixture of that die cast and the plastic to give you a nice medium to really bring out the colors and to give you that really premium feel to it. So you can see the Bumblebee here. He's got that nice die cast chest. You have those animation colors here with the offset blue on the windshield. You have that bright yellow. You still have that more realistic look to it on the bumper down here. And I think that's just because it's the MDLX line. So they're not going to tone it down to be the animation, completely the animation style. So it's going to be a little bit more of a premium look to it. You can see with the tire on his back here. And then his face still has the bright blue eyes on him there, but he doesn't have that more flat face from the animation style. Still has that same articulation we saw with the Optimus and the Megatron, where every little piece of the car moves, which is really cool, that they're able to capture sort of that look to make it seem like it's still a mechanical organism, but at the same time it doesn't transform. It's just an action figure in this respect. So he comes default with the fists, but we're going to quickly switch him out to give him a weapon holding hand, at least on the right here, because we want to see what he looks like holding his rifle. This was really easy, even though this is a very, very tiny little plug here for the wrist, so be very careful when you're swapping these out. Try to do a little twisting motion to get them on instead of just a straight pull or push, because they will break. I have done this before in ThreeZeros. I have broken the wrists. And then you're done. There's nothing else you can do about that. They don't make replacement pegs. They do for some of their other lines. When we showed you guys the Jujutsu Kaisen figures, they had replacement pegs. But these guys do not. So be very careful. So you can see him here with his rifle. So the other head we have, the alternate head, seems to be more of a battle mask head. I'll check this out if I can get it out. Yeah, it's more of the flat visor across that you'll see him, at least in the movie, it reminds me of when he puts that battle mask across whenever he's engaging with somebody. So that's just something I think that came because they have the MDLX line on it, had all those features in the standard version. And then again, we have sort of open gesturing of grasping hands. So you could do maybe one of these on the left. We'll try that, mix it up, and then it will give you the illusion that you're holding the weapon in the other hand as well. So you could have them sort of gesture out this way with a gesturing hand, or you could have it tucked underneath here like this, and then you could cross the gun here. See if we get it all the way over. This might be a little tricky given that he is he's metal. He's not going to have the most give, but yeah, you can get a little pose where he's holding on to the gun here. If you kind of maneuver the arms around a little bit, you can get this to hold it. There we go. To do that. So yeah, you can give it that look. He doesn't have full range of motion. Trying to get the shoulders to come around, but they don't, like the Iron Man will separate sort of from the body and maneuver around and then allow you to completely come around. And this does a little bit, but not as much as I would like at that last moment in the front here. So it still has really good reach, though, I would say, for an action figure. I could almost go 100%. I want to say it's 99. So it's pretty close, but it's not 100%. So I think it looks pretty good still doing this. And I think he hits a pretty nice pose to put him like that. So he doesn't seem to have any restrictions on the front of the legs here, like we saw with Optimus and Megatron. So you can really get those legs nice and deep on here, and have them in sort of a running pose, have them kneeling to take a shot. You'd have to play around with it. You probably have to maneuver this foot out to get him on a knee sort of shot, because these guys don't have hips that drop like we've seen with the Iron Man figures in the line. Like I don't think they do. Nope, I don't feel that hip coming out. On those ones, you can feel the hip will drop a little bit to allow you to get a little bit deeper. So that doesn't seem to be the case with the MDLX figures. And bear in mind, these are the smaller versions of the DLX Transformers, which do have those capabilities. So yeah, so this just highlights interchangeable head sculpts, the full range of the arm movement, the full range of the hip movement, and the full range of the waist armor that does come up on the sides, both sides left and right here. So you could have that range here. You could see how it disconnects from the hip in the front to give you that full range of motion, and then you could sort of push it back into place very easily. So this one does have that that ability to sort of let you maneuver this armor around, which is very good, because you could easily snap it off if you didn't. So just checking that out on the instructions. And that is, yeah, that maneuvers pretty easily. I like how that just kind of like loosens out and then goes right back in seamlessly, so you can't even see that it was there. Same with this side, seamlessly. So pretty nice feature there. And then again, it gives you warning. It says there's delicate areas around the ankles here. So just be careful when you're posing this in the back here. Don't go beyond what you feel the natural stopping point is, because you might be breaking something, and you don't want to do that back here. So there is a break point. Once you feel it stop, just stop. Don't keep going. So that is nice, though, that they have this nice motion in the feet to really help you pose this guy out and make him just look very premium. Even though he's not too high of a price, I think this one's only 60, maybe 50, depending on where you get it from. So one of the cheaper ones in the line. So the price varies depending on the size. They're not all the same, so that's pretty nice. And this guy has a tremendous amount of detail, functionality, displayability, and just overall fun factor to him with that vintage animation style coloring. So that is our quick and simple look at the Bumblebee figure, which is the smallest in the line and the last of the three of the vintage animation colors. Just going to give you a really quick close-up because I want to make sure you can see all the great detail of this figure. It's just hard to see. I know sometimes from the angles we try to get these at, but we want to try to get as much of the character in and all his accessories. So you can see him in his pose here. I had him with his rifle, and he has his standard head on with those great blue eyes there on the top. And you can see that those nice colored pieces of the windshield here that have that cell shading effect for the vintage animation style coloring. Very nice on there as well. And then you can see all that additional detail here on the back and on the front, particularly the bug part of the character is captured on his feet here. And again, some more of that animation cell shading there throughout the character. And he's, again, that nice mixture of die cast and the ABS plastic as well. And that might wrap us on our MDLX line of Vintage Animation Edition colors, but that doesn't wrap us on Transformers. It is a 40th anniversary year, so of course we're going to have much more for you to look at throughout this year. We're going to have some mashups too, because there were some crossovers this year that some will be coming out throughout the year, and we'll have some other surprises just on the Transformers, but also on everything else. So keep checking back. As always, like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys next time.